into juice without removing any of the fiber and any of the nutrients.
Which one is more healthier though?
So
discarding the pulp and the fiber, or keeping it in the smoothie and just taking it as it is?
So definitely keeping it whole and just changing it into juice is the way you want to go. And one of the big problems we see with juicing today is people are using the juice extractors, the juicers. So you just squeeze through your fruits and vegetables and you get a liquid. Now the problem with that is, especially if you're using a lot of fruit, you're going to have a concentrate of vitamins plus a lot of sugar. And so you find that when people drink such drinks, although they get nutrients, they do get a sugar rush. And so it can actually have long-term negative consequences, some being that, first of all, it could impact your blood sugar, but it can also increase your risk for a fatty liver. So, but when you make it into a smoothie, you have all the fiber. Okay, and when you have all the fiber, then the fiber regulates the sugar entry.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so it's really much better to make a smoothie and to keep everything there rather than just trying to make juices.
So do you say we're having juice smoothies from now on, not just juicing?
Well, yeah, definitely it should be juice smoothies. But you know, it's the term that's out there, juicing. And so people need to understand that there's a difference. There's actually juicing, there's blending, and there's making smoothies. And so you can actually use any of these three techniques to actually come up with a drink that is quite healthy.
So Rita, on this one, you just have to let the men do it. David, by the way, today you're going to get your hands dirty. So Asia,
you're the assistant to Doctor.
We'll be here to test the juice.
Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. So shall we, Doctor, as we also talk about the pros of it all, the cons of it all?
Okay, so today we're going to try and make a healthy smoothie. First of all, it's important to understand that juicing is really about supporting the liver to detoxify, and it's important people understand this because many of us think detox is a fancy thing you buy somewhere. Detox is done in the liver, okay? And it's the antioxidants and the nutrients from the fruits and the vegetables and the seeds that support the liver to do its work. So when you're going to make a juice, first of all, we would like to use an abundance of vegetables, and would like to have a ratio of 4 vegetables to 1 fruit. So 4 to 1.
So, 4 vegetables to 1 fruit.
The proportion, the ratio of 4 to 1, if you want to get a healthy drink, so that you don't get a sugar rush. But we can also sometimes have more fruit in it once in a while if you just want to have a healthy drink, because a healthy fruit smoothie is much better than a soda or a packed drink. So it's not always about just vegetables, but a healthy smoothie should have a ratio of 4 to 1.
Okay, I've learned something new.
I hope you have your notebook, because I'm also listening. 4 vegetables to 1 fruit.
Now mine is 4 fruits to 1 vegetable.
Oh wow, Mala. Mine didn't have any fruit.
Oh yeah, I mean, so and then the other thing to note is that you don't have to be a nutritionist or a nutritional scientist, but every color has a unique benefit. So what you want to do is you want to try and get an abundance of
as many colors as you could.
Yes.
Okay.
So as we have.
So we're going to get started.
My beetroot friend here is being schooled.
Okay. So you're going to we'll get started. We'll talk about some of the ingredients we have here. So what I would like to say today, we're going to make a smoothie, and we're going to use a NutriBullet.
Okay.
And the NutriBullet is a special type of device because it's an advancement to a blender. So you see, many times we use a blender to keep everything, but then there's too much pulp, and it's very hard to drink. It's not very palatable. But this is an advanced, what we call a super blender, and what we're going to do is we're going to just show you that it has a blade, and this is a very advanced blade that will allow you to actually convert all the fruits and vegetables into nutrients very quickly.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'm going to ask you to just come up with your own concoction today. So you just get this. This is a device. This is a cup. So you
say as many colors.
Yes.
Wow.
So you can just use like 2 of these. So this is
okay. Doctor, please keep notes. This is my very first time trying out anything in the kitchen. So excuse me.
And if you notice, he's not using his hands.
No.
So guys, relax. He's not touching.
Don't
the
touch
stuff.
the fruit.
This morning we learned some journalists haven't washed their hands in 10 years.
really?
Yeah.
There's a journalist that confessed he hasn't washed his hands in 10 years. Of course, he's playing with us. But yeah, as many colors. I almost forgot. You said what was the ratio?
4 to 1.
4 to 1.
And so like this is beetroot is a vegetable, carrot is a vegetable.
Okay.
So you can actually decide to use an abundance of those.
Okay. So I'll go carrot and beetroot, which is 2.
Yes.
And
that's some spinach. I'll just turn this way.
Spinach. Okay. Go with that.
So you can add a bit more spinach.
More spinach.
I would say, so that we can. But this is really going to be your special blend.
My special
We're going to call it the David blend.
Okay.
And then there's some. That's some cucumber.
Okay.
Yes.
A flat cucumber, always.
So maybe we can also just say a bit about some of the ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had beetroot at the bottom.
Yes.
And beetroot is very high in antioxidants. Every time you see purple and red foods, they're high in lycopene, and lycopene is good for the heart. It's good for the prostate for men. It's good for your blood.
David, did you hear that? It's good for the prostate.
Yeah. There's some broccoli there. We shouldn't miss out some broccoli. Broccoli is a class of vegetables called brassica, or cruciferous vegetables, and these are very good for immune system, especially for the liver. So
that's good.
Nice.
So we already have some mango in there and some pineapple, and usually those come in for flavor.
Okay.
Because vegetables are not known to taste the best. Yes.
Well, I'm sure this drink will actually be quite appetizing.
Okay.
So we can just get some water, and so what we'll do is, we'll just look for the label. Okay, so we're going to just put in water up to the maximum.
Okay.
Assistant David, the pressure.
The pressure is on me.
So you can actually get intellectual property after for this, for this recipe.
Yes, it's the David.
So then so this is the beauty with the NutriBullet or these new school blenders, because all we're going to do is we're just going to fasten this on, okay? We just fasten it until it's tight, okay? And then we just turn it upside down.
That's it.
And then we just throw it in here.
Okay.
And then you're going to get it going. So all you're going to do is you're just going to press down, okay?
Okay.
And turn it to the right. So
Right. Down.
yeah, so typically you could actually do this for 1 minute if you want it to be as smooth as possible.
Okay.
And sometimes you can even just press down and hold. You don't necessarily have to turn it. So there's 2 ways you can just change it. Or you could just press it down. Okay. And so that's it. And so now you get this out of here. Okay. You turn it over and you're ready to go. So you're ready to drink. So you just open it up. Okay. And so David, you'll see.
This is quite impressive.
Yes, so this is what we really recommend today, because especially like for children, you make these smoothies in a blender and they're so thick and they're not very palatable or exciting to drink. But with this, you can actually just take this with you to work. You can put it in your bag and just carry it with you.
So the difference is this actually breaks down every single thing to micro particles.
Yes.
And the blender will not do that for you.
It will not do it to the extent that this will do it. And because we want all the nutrients and all the fiber, then this is a better bet. Because, the juices are so popular because they come out very smooth. And many people want that smooth taste.
Okay.
But like we're talking about juicing, one other thing that happens is that you may lose a lot of fiber and protein. Because what people don't realize is that vegetables have a lot of protein.
Oh, so you don't have to eat the meat to find the protein?
No, you don't have to.
Vegetables have protein?
Yes, they do. Especially the green leafy vegetables like spinach.
Did you know that, guys?
And cabbage and sukuma wiki. I mean, just ask yourself, where do cows and goats get protein? And then you will begin to realize that.
Right.
So if I decide to see, because a number of people will say every time you juice, in this case you have been able to get everything. So when I take a sip, I could be left with some particles in my teeth, and maybe I'm at work and all of a sudden I'm saying hello to someone and they're like, you have something.
Yeah.
So if I decide to sieve this, what does that leave me with?
So if you sieve this, you're going to lose a little bit of the fiber. But because it's so refined already and so smooth, you're not going to lose as much as if you sieved something from a blender. But the idea is you want people to be able to drink this stuff, okay? And so it's not about just forcing down some healthy drink into someone's throat. It's about trying to come up with something that is a combination of healthy and palatable. So for a start, you may want to try and sieve it, but I don't recommend it. If you just taste this, you will see that it's already smooth. And we only did it for about 20 seconds.
Right.
So if you do this for a whole minute, then it's going to be very nice and smooth.
Doctor, I'm going to ask, because this is a problem we have, and I was talking to Mala yesterday.
You need to taste them.
is that, many times when we start this kind of habits, we either overdo it or we do it less. So if you have started a diet where you decide, okay, I'm going to take a smoothie, do I do it every morning? Do I do it every evening? Do I do it every single day of the week? Do I do it 5 or 3 times a week? What would the proportion be? Do I take a glass? Because many times you've had people take water and you find someone drinking 20 liters a day because you need to drink as much water as possible.
Okay, so first of all, you need to understand that one of the whole reasons why we are juicing is you want to increase your intake of fruit and vegetables.
Right.
The recommendation is about 9 servings a day for both. Okay, fruit and vegetables.
What's 9 servings?
A serving the size of your fist. So 9 of these of fruits and veggies per day. Now,
Wow.
so we literally, yeah, so about 50% of your food should be fruits and vegetables. And so I would say if you had 1 drink of these a day, which is a full glass, 250 mils, that's fine. But you need to understand the objective behind why you want to do this. If it's just part of a healthy, balanced diet, 1 to 2 glasses a day is fine. Some people are doing this because they want to detoxify the body. And so you need to then see how much do I want to do this. Some of the challenges, like you said, is people then just go overboard and they're just juicing and drinking non-stop. The human body requires not just fruits and vegetables. It requires some protein that's more found in other foods, nuts and seeds, and a bit of carbohydrates. And so sometimes you need to make sure that you're getting the balance right. And
Thank you. Let's rate David.
Yeah. Make sure not to smile after. If we do not judge us, please.
David. 3 over 10.
no, it's actually quite nice.
It doesn't have the ratio of 4 to 1. Yes, I do feel the ratio of 4 to 1. That is, there's more vegetable that you can test than the fruit. If you're trying to look for the sweet part of things, it would be
that's where the problem is.
And that's why I'm rating it at 10, 3 over 10. Because I do a ratio of 4 to 1. Now my 4 is the fruit, and then the 1 is the veggies. So my smoothies are quite sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doctor, I've many times my workmate here goes for beetroot all out.
Yes.
And you find that many people that have tried this out don't go for veggies. Most of them go for fruits. And you'll find someone blending mangoes and pineapples and all the fruits, apples into one.
You want to know whether that is?
Yeah.
So, look, first of all, you need to appreciate that the fact that you're making a juice out of fresh fruit and vegetables is a plus. Okay? And so you're already in the right direction. However, fruit is high in sugar. And one of the reasons why they say we should reduce the amount of fruit in the drink is because it will spike your sugar. If you decided to eat a mango, it will take you about 3-4 minutes. If you decide to drink mango juice, it will take you about 15 seconds.
Right.
So there's a difference in how quickly sugar will enter your blood. So it's okay from the point of view of getting a healthy drink, but we want to discourage getting so much fruit into a drink and drinking it with the idea that you're having a health drink. You'd rather have more whole fruit and drink more water.
Okay.
But when it comes to smoothies and juices, if you want to think of health, you want to have more vegetable. Now, beetroot is a vegetable, carrot is a vegetable, but they are having a little bit more sugar than the other greener vegetables. So I think it's fine if somebody, as long as you understand that you should be careful with a fruit-only drink.
Doctor, speaking of which, there's been conversations that you don't just mix up anything and everything. there's fruits and vegetables that are not compatible to each other. How true is that, and what's the ideal blending or smoothing chart like?
Okay, so when it comes to fruit, the ideal thing is to eat one type of fruit at a time.
Okay.
That's how nature designed it, because typically if you were eating fruit 30, 40 years ago, it was in a mango tree. And in a mango tree, you're not likely to be eating a banana at the same time. Okay?
Yeah.
If you're eating bananas, so the ideal thing is to eat one type of fruit at a time. However, certain fruits are more watery than others, and those you want to eat first because they are easier to digest. Some are have a bit more fiber in them and they're a bit harder to digest. But you know, it's nice to keep this simple, okay? Because there's too much information in the media and people are getting a bit confused about, the internet, you know, social media. People are a bit confused. So I will say, look, there's really no harm to mix different types of fruit and drink them. But it's better to eat one type of fruit at a time and to begin with those that are more watery. So you would begin with fruit like watermelon and oranges, and then you'll move on to things like mangoes, and then you can eventually end up with things like bananas. But you know, that's a bit technical because you need to think about your day, for example. What time do I wake up? Do I have an hour to go through different types of fruit? So keep it simple. Eat all types of fruit. Remember, if you're eating fruit, you're much better than somebody who is eating something more refined.
Yeah, like chocolate. And as we talk about the chart and keeping it simple, there are people who are choosing to go in the juicing bit of things for weight loss. And they will say they will only do and drink this the entire day. No food whatsoever because they're trying to lose weight. Can you do juicing? First of all, how healthy is that? And what is the most recommended way of doing the juicing bit of things?
Okay, so first of all, if you want to juice for weight loss, it has to be smoothies, not just the drinks that come out of the juicer.
Okay.
Because from the juicer there's lots of sugar, it will spike that, and that will make you hungrier. Secondly, the juices that come from the juicer are not likely to have fiber, so you will be hungry and you'll want to eat more. And there's less protein there. But if you're using these smoothies, I recommend, first of all, you should be healthy. Okay, because if you're not healthy, your body could start breaking down muscle to try and compensate for the deficiency in some of the nutrients that you're getting. And that's why many times a juice kind of weight loss plan should be supervised. And you should actually be doing your body composition to see, am I losing fat, which I'm trying to do, am I losing muscle? So you can actually juice for as long as 7 days if you're technically healthy. But you should actually prepare for the juice first, or for the juicing, by eating healthy foods a few days before. Some people can actually get into problems by going into an extended juice diet, especially if you have kidney problems, if you have diabetes, if you're ill, if you're grossly overweight. So there's a lot of dynamics to juicing, and people need to be careful about this. But one of the big things, people are losing out on lots of the other nutrients that they can get. It's nice to add some seeds to your smoothies if you want to.
Seeds?
What kind of seeds?
Chia seeds.
Okay.
Only?
Yes, chia seeds, sesame seeds, flax seeds.
Now people are adding maca.
Maca powder. Maca root, yes. So maca is a very powerful antioxidant. It's not native to Uganda, so people are just getting the powder and they're adding it there. The truth is there's so many healthy antioxidants out there. It could be pomegranate, it could be maca, it could be goji berries. So we just need to keep it simple.
So what I'm learning today is that it's okay to mix up everything. I don't have to have a chart from an expert for me to mix up my things. And maybe the assurance you're giving us today is that no one will faint just because of mixing up everything and everything. But the policy is keep it simple. Keep it simple. If it's a 4-to-1, then 4 vegetables, it doesn't matter, they're all compatible, but 1 fruit. So the issue is the fruits and not the vegetables.
Okay, yes, so that's true. Keep it simple, 1. Secondly, try and have a ratio of 4-to-1.
Okay.
But when it comes to the science of what you've mixed, if you're healthy, you can mix anything. But if you're not, so let me explain that. But some people have food sensitivities. Some people's bodies will react to certain foods, okay? And so in those circumstances, it may be useful to actually have someone guide you through the detox. We must really distinguish between making juice, okay, like fruit juice for drinking, and trying to juice for health. There's a big difference. You're just trying to make a juice for your own consumption, then it's fine to mix some mangoes and some pineapple. But that's different from making a smoothie for your health purposes. Because even when you're making the smoothies, there are different benefits that you get from different foods that you may want to mix in certain proportions.
All right. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming on board. The last question, yes or no, is it advisable to take your smoothies on an empty tummy or after meals?
So, best to take them on an empty tummy. However, if you have lemon, for example, and certain foods that may cause sensitivity, you need to after.
Okay. All right.
And that on that note, actually, I believe Valentine's Day is going to be a lot more healthy for a number of people. Remember, it's 4 vegetables to 1 fruit, the ratio of 4 to 1. We have been joined by Dr. Paul Kasenene this morning to take us through the juicing bit of things. Are you healthy enough to start a juicing? Maybe 7 days juicing diet is one thing you need to know. You can't go through the whole junk thing and then say, I'm going to juice now. It's time to let go of this weight. So make sure you do it in the right way. Remember, ratio of 4 to 1. Keep it morning at NTV. And in case you'd like to be a part of the conversation, the platforms are Twitter and Facebook at NTV Uganda, the hashtag morning at NTV.
You're watching Morning at NTV. You're watching Morning at NTV.
Play and win every 10 minutes. For every 1,000 you spend, it gives you 1 entry into the jackpot this Sunday.
On MTN, simply dial *165*33#. That's *165*33#. Then enter your 3 lucky numbers. Then enter your 1,000 shillings. And on Airtel, dial